Can Norwex PowerZyme Laundry Detergent remove bacteria from my cleaning cloths? I tested it. Let's find out. So I've tested a handful of Norwex products. Some of them I think do really well. Some don't do really well at all. But what I'm really interested in testing is their PowerZyme Laundry Detergent. I personally really like their Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent, so I'm just curious to see how well the PowerZyme Laundry Detergent works. Now I'm going to test it to see if it can remove bacteria from my cleaning cloths. The first thing I'm going to do is take some white cleaning cloths and mark them with a Sharpie. See that there? So I'll fold my cloth. So now I'm going to deliberately get bacteria in this space here. And I'm going to do that by rubbing my kitchen sink and kitchen sink drain, my bathroom sink and my toilet rim on different cloths. So the goal is to get bacteria on this cloth. Then I'm going to take a Petri dish just like this guy here and label them A, B, and C. I'm going to take some sterile swabs and I'm going to swab the cloth. And I'm going to place that sample in the section labeled B for before. Then I'm going to launder the cloths according to the directions, and we'll read those in a moment. I'll swab them when they come out of the wash machine, place that sample in the section labeled A for after. Then I'm also going to put them in the dryer and dry them and swab them again and put them in a separate Petri dish there. Okay, so basically we're going to be able to see how much bacteria is on this cleaning cloth before washing with it, when it comes out of the wash machine, and when it comes out of the dryer. So let's read how we're supposed to use Norwex PowerZyme Laundry Detergent. Okay, so on the front of the packaging it just says PowerZyme Laundry Detergent, 100 loads HE, which is great. It's 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. Great. On the back here it says smells and stains on dirty laundry don't stand a chance. I like that. PowerZyme Laundry Detergent harnesses the potent power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to deliver effective cleaning results for all your laundry. Great. Like I said, I like the Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent, so I'm curious to see how well this works. So here it gives you the scoop and the measurements for how much we're supposed to use in a load. So I'm going to be using a very small load, so I'm just going to follow the small load direction. So it's pretty simple. I'm just going to run the wash machine. I'm going to just put it on the towel setting, and I'll share here what my towel setting looks like. And when I dry them, I'm going to dry them on high heat for 1 hour. This is a typical thing that I do for all of my laundry tests, okay? I know high heat for 1 hour is a long time, but my goal is to get rid of any residual bacteria that's on this cloth. I will do some more testing this summer with different temperatures and times, but for now, this is what I'm going to keep doing. Now I should also mention here, nowhere on the Norwex packaging at all does it make any claims to remove bacteria. Actually, most laundry detergents do not make any claims to be able to remove bacteria. I'm just testing it because I'm curious. So let's see how well the Norwex PowerZyme removes bacteria from my cleaning cloths, even though it doesn't claim to be able to do so. Now for some results. The cloth that was used to wipe the kitchen sink and the kitchen sink drain. In the before section we can see a lot of bacteria, and after being washed with just the PowerZyme, we can see a visible decrease in bacteria, but there still is a lot of bacteria there. Let's have a look after it comes out of the dryer. We're still seeing about 24 colonies on the cloth after being in the dryer. The cloth that was used to wipe the bathroom sink In the before section, we can see a lot of bacteria, and after being washed with the PowerZyme, we can see a visible decrease in bacteria, but there's still some bacteria there. Let's have a look after it comes out of the dryer. And there are just 3 bacterial colonies left on the cloth. Next, the cloth that was used to wipe the toilet rim. In the before section, we can see a lot of bacteria, and after it was washed with the PowerZyme, we can see a visible decrease in bacteria, but there is still bacteria there. Let's have a look after the dryer. There's about a dozen bacterial colonies still on the cloth after coming out of the dryer. Now I wanted to do one more test with this PowerZyme. I want to see how well it removes stains. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know when I do a stain test, it is a really, really hard stain test. What I do is I take a white t-shirt like this and I stain it with coffee, turmeric, ketchup, grease, grass, and dirt. So this is what my t-shirt looked like before I washed with the PowerZyme. So we can see plenty of staining there. And here's the t-shirt after being washed with the PowerZyme on cold water. Now I use cold water on purpose, okay? I realize that there's multiple different water temperatures that'll work better with different stains. But for all my staining tests, I just use cold water. The stains have decreased significantly. The coffee's almost gone, the ketchup is almost gone. I didn't get any grass just because when I did this test, it was still very early spring and my grass just really wasn't up yet. So it's more dirt than grass on this one. And the grease stain, let's take a look at that grease stain. Now, grease is really hard to get. I haven't had one stain test was able to remove the grease, but this really did decrease it pretty well. Let's look at them side by side. So this can help you see the before and after. And I think it did a pretty good job. I want to show you it against my control, which was just a t-shirt stained with the same things, but was washed with only water. Here's the before and after of that t-shirt. So you can see water washes away some of the stains, but most of them are still there. Let's compare the PowerZyme to just being washed with water. So we can see that the PowerZyme was able to remove more of the stains than just plain water. Now I know that some of these stains would react differently if I use warm water or hot water, but for all of my staining tests, I try to keep it consistent by just using cold water. Maybe in the future I'll be able to do some other warm and hot water tests too, but for now this is just how I run this test. So overall, I think the PowerZyme did a fine job at decreasing the bacteria and removing those very difficult stains from that t-shirt. I want to reiterate here, I have not found a detergent that removes bacteria completely from cleaning cloths by just washing. So this decrease in bacteria is pretty good compared to some things that I've tested. If you're interested in seeing how much just water decreases bacteria on cleaning cloths and bleach, I'll put that video in the description below. So that way you can see something that has absolutely no cleaners in it whatsoever and also bleach. Now as for the scent of this product, there are no added fragrances at all, so it does have a little bit of a soapy scent, but there's no fragrance added, and that's one thing that I really like about the PowerZyme and also the Ultra Power Plus. Now I am not a Norwex rep, I do not get any kickbacks from any sort of Norwex purchases at all. I purchase my Norwex stuff from a friend of mine who has her own Norwex business, but I really do like Norwex detergents. I like that there's no fragrances, there's no optical brighteners, there's no added fillers, it's just detergents, and in this case detergents and enzymes. So it just continues my love-hate relationship with Norwex. Some of the products I absolutely love, and some of the products, I really don't like at all. But for this, I do like the PowerZyme. I think it did a good job, and I really like the fact that it doesn't have any fragrances or dyes or fillers or optical brighteners and things like that. I do like that in a laundry detergent. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put the link to my friend's Norwex page in the description below. She doesn't know I'm going to do this, so this is going to be a surprise for her. This way, if you want to purchase some PowerZyme or Ultra Power Plus, hey, why don't you purchase it from my friend and help her family out? I hope she doesn't mind that I do that. I don't think she will. But anyway, I'm going to put her link in the description below. If there is a product that you would like me to test, do me a favor, put it in the comments section and I will add it to my viewer suggestion list. Especially if you find a laundry detergent that says it actually removes bacteria, I really want to test it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, have yourselves a great day.